Hi, welcome to Wildlock 3rd grade worksheet lesson number 5. And to start off, we're going to be using addition to find the sum. So starting at number 1, we have $15.67 and $41.23. And basically, adding dollars is the same thing as adding regularly, but we have to always remember to drop the dot to make sure it separates the cents from the dollars. And so starting off, we have 7 plus 3, which gets us 10, so we put a 0, carry the 1 over. 1 plus 6 equals 7, plus 9 equals 9. And then we have 5 plus 1, which equals 6. And then we have 4 plus 1, which equals 5. So write down the dollar sign, and our answer is $56.90. For number 2, we're doing the same thing. So we have 5 plus 9, which equals 14. So we bring down the 4, and we carry the 1 over. 1 plus 2, or 1 plus 1 equals 2. Plus 7 equals 9. So we put a 9 right here. Bring down the dot. 6 plus 4 equals 10, so we put a 0 right here, carry the 1 over, and we have 1 plus 3 plus 2, which gets us 6. And so our answer for number 2 is $60.94. Moving on to this side, for number 5, it's the same thing as we're adding 3 numbers this time instead, and thankfully these 3 numbers are all 4 digits, so we can add them the same way we have before. So we have 2 plus 2 plus 5, which gets us 9. 0 plus 1 plus 9 gets us 10, so we put a 0 right here, bring down the dot, carry the 1 over. We have 1 plus 6, 7, plus 2 is 9, and plus 4 is 13. So we get a 3 right here, carry the 1 over one more time. And then we have 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2, which gets us 5. And so our answer for number 5 is $53.09. And for our last example on this first page, we're adding the same numbers again. So we have 3 plus 3 plus 9, which gets us 15. So we bring down the 1, or bring down the 5, carry the 1 over here. 1 plus 2 equals 3, plus 8 equals 11, plus 1 equals 12. So we get a 2 right here, bring down the dot, and carry the 1 over again. And then for here, we have 1 plus 9, which gives us 10, plus 5 equals 15, plus 8 equals 23. So now we bring down the 3, and then we carry a 2 over this time. And we get 2 plus 6 equals 8, plus 4 is 12, and plus another 6 equals 18. And so since it's our last number, we're just going to add 18 to it to get our answer of $183.25. Moving on to the next page, we're going to be writing the sign plus, or the minus sign, minus, to complete the number sentence. This symbol right here is a symbol for not equal to. So for number 1, we have 85 blank 26 equals 111. And first, we can just test the two numbers because we're trying to get it equal to 111. And so we can just try out 85 plus 26. We can add these two together. We get 5 plus 6 equals 11, so we get a 1. Carry the 1 over. 1 plus 8 equals 9, plus 2 equals 11. So we're just going to write 11 right here. And we get 11. So that tells us that for number 1, our answer is plus. For number 2, we have 126 blank 86 equals 40. And since we already know that if you add 126 is a much greater number than 40, and if we added these two numbers together, 126 and 86, we get a number in the 200s. So we obviously know that the plus sign will not work. So using common sense, we can determine that the minus sign is needed for here. But to double check, we can just do 126 minus 86. 6 minus 6 equals 0. 2 minus 8 isn't possible, so we're going to borrow 1 from here, and this becomes 12. And then 12 minus 8 equals 4. And so we know that 126 minus 86 equals 40. Moving over to this side, we have 235 blank 155 equals, or it does not equal, to 390. And looking at this number, we know that 235 is less than 390. And the thing is that this time, we don't want it to be equal to 390. And so, since we already know it's less than, if we were to add these two numbers together, it would get us a number that's 390, which we don't want. So this time, we're going to be using subtraction instead to make sure our number is not equal to 390. And to check, we can just do 335 minus 155. We get 0. 3 minus 5 is impossible. Borrow 1. This becomes 0. And then this becomes 13. 13 minus 5 equals 80. And so we know that 235 minus 155 equals 80, and that is not equal to 390, which is our answer. For number 7, we have 863 blank 123 is not equal to 740. And so our first number here is 863, and we already know that that number is greater than 740. So to make sure that we don't decrease our number, we know that we just have to add 123. And to double check, we can always just do say 863 plus 123, and we can add these together. We get 6, 8, and 9. And we know that 986 is not equal to 740, so we know that our answer is plus. Moving on to the next page, we're going to be using subtraction to find the missing add-in. And so looking at number 1, our first example is 89 minus blank equals 24. And since we're using subtraction to find the missing add-in, we're going to do 89 minus 24, as that will get us our blank. So we do 9 minus 4, which gets us 5, and then 8 minus 2, which gets us 6. And so our answer for number 1 is 65. For number 2, we're doing the same thing, as we have 149 minus blank equals 109. And so we're doing the same thing of just subtracting these two numbers. And we get 9 minus 9 equals 0, 4 minus 0 equals 4, and 1 minus 1 equals 0. So our answer for number 2 is 40. Over on this side, this time we have 513 plus blank equals 695. And basically on this side, we're doing the same thing, but this time we're going to be subtracting this number first over this number. So we're doing 695 minus 513, as we're trying to find the number that adds to 513 to get 695. And so we have 5 minus 3, which gets us 2, 9 minus 1, which gets us 8, and 6 minus 5, which gets us 1. And so our answer for number 7 is 182. And for our last example, we have 581 minus blank equals 141. And we're doing the same thing as we did for number 1 and 2, where we're just doing 581 minus 141. And we get 0, 4, 4. And our answer for number 8 is 440. Moving on to our word problems. Kara wants to order the following numbers: 5,401, 5,623, 5,347, and 5,512 from least to greatest. What should she write? So since we're trying to get the numbers from least to greatest, a way we can do this, let's just write all the numbers out first. So we have our first number of 5,401. We have 5,623. Oops. We have 5,347, and we have 5,512. And so, since we're trying to get least to greatest, we already know that all of our first digits are 5, 5, 5, and 5. So we know that they're all start with 5, and now we're going to compare their hundreds place numbers instead. So we have a 4, a 6, a 3, and a 5. And so we know that the number of 3 in the hundreds place is just equal to 300 is the least. So this number is going to be first, and then we go down to 4, which is number 2. This number, then we have 5 and 6, and we know that 5 is less than 6, so we get this is 3 and this is 4. And so our order from least to greatest is 5,347, and then 5,401, and then 5,512, and then 5,623. Number 2, Ben wants to know which number can be written as 5,000 plus 400 plus 30 plus 6. What should he write? And so the easiest way to find out what number can be written with these numbers is we can just add them together. So we have 5,000 plus 400 plus 30 plus 6, and we get a 6, or we get 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 6, which gets us 6. 0 plus 0 plus 3 gets us 3. 0 plus 4, which gets us 4. And a 5, just written down right here. And our answer is 5,436.